real cases before a real judge.
And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis.
Plaintiff Amy Jacobs worked in sales with the defendant, and she claims he was obsessed with her rear end. Amy says she and the defendant were nothing more than co-workers, but he would often slap her rear end when she would make a good sale. Amy's suing for the balance on a loan. Defendant Tyrone Morris admits that he often touched Amy's rear end, but insists it was only because they were intimately involved. Tyrone admits that Amy gave him money, but insists it was because of their intimate relationship, and therefore he doesn't owe her.
Tell me the nature of you all's friendship and how long you've known each other, any other background.
Okay, well, not to, make a scene or anything in your court or be rude, but to give you a little bit of idea about Ty, he's someone that would pretty much be obsessed with my rear end. He'd make a lot of comments about it.
Tyrone is his name?
Yes, Tyrone.
Okay, you call him Ty.
Ty, yes. We were...
Go ahead.
We're friends.
You and Ty what?
Tyrone Morris.
Ty, you call him?
Yes.
No, what about you and Ty?
Well, we worked together, and we were in sales, so to give you kind of an example, when I would make a good sale, we were salespeople. If I sold a product, he'd kind of good game to the tush. And
really?
Made it
he
funny.
Touched you?
Yeah, but he's very slick talker. So he would make it funny. It would seem okay, but I probably let it go a little too far.
Yeah, right.
And it was in front of coworkers, which I do have testament for that as well.
How long has this been going on?
Well, the last job that we worked together would be March of 2011.
And he makes comments?
Yes.
Sir?
Judge, let me ask you, you heard of the song, She's a Brick House, correct? Okay. And that's Amy. Amy, I mean, she does have a nice appearance and a nice body. When Amy would come to work, Amy would have on enticing clothes, tight jeans, and I'm manager of a sales floor. I wasn't the only one enticed with her. It was other guys as well. Me and Amy...
The other guys would fill on her?
Yeah, a matter of fact, I had guys that come to me before about the fact of Amy approaching them the wrong way, touching Philly. As a matter of fact...
they filled on her?
No.
And she feeling on them. As a matter of fact, she would even come up to me at times and she would go like this.
Ma'am?
Right.
Ma'am?
No.
You never pinched him or touched him?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, so me and Amy had developed this relationship, Your Honor.
Friendship or a relationship?
Okay,
a
I wouldn't call
romantic
it
relationship?
A friend with benefits.
So you all had sexual relations?
Yeah.
Tyrone, that is false, and you do know that.
Your Honor, can I carry on? I didn't say nothing when she was talking.
Yeah, you didn't.
Okay. We had developed this relationship. I mean, on Fridays, and correct me if I'm wrong, we would go to this place called The Brick House. Am I right?
Yes, with a group of people.
Okay, that's fine. And we would have cocktails on the clock. I'm risking my job. We would have cocktails, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the days that Amy didn't want to come to work, she would call me on my personal cell phone. Ty, I'm not feeling good. I mean...
You were my manager.
Right, okay. But then I would let her know, you're correct, I was your manager. You heard what she said, I was her manager.
That's what she's saying, she called the right person.
Correct.
You act like she was calling you out of some type of affection.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get to that point. I think it was affection, Your Honor, because I would make the statement to her, well, Amy, you know if you don't come in, it's gonna cost you. And with that being said, when I did see Amy, and correct me if I'm wrong, I used to, kind of touch Amy on that rear end. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Which cost you shouldn't be something that's said to you, but again, he's silly.
But did you report it at any point, ma'am?
No, we were friends, and I should have.
Your friends pat you on the butt frequently?
I have statements of it, but he would make it funny. He's a salesperson. To be honest with you, sir, he could probably sell ice cubes to an Eskimo, and he's going to try to do that to you today.
Well, no, Your Honor. I mean, I want her to correct me if I'm wrong at any given time. When she would sell a deal, she would come up to me, Ty, I sold a deal. So I would turn around and, good game, keep it up. Am I right or wrong?
You're correct, but that was not done to males.
That was unwanted, I'm sure. That was
I can't tell. I mean, it happened more than once, so how could that be unwanted?
Did she ever tell you don't do that?
No.
He made it funny, and other people seen it, and I didn't want to make a big deal out of something
All right, we should have pulled him off to the corner one of those times. Because, you know, now we've turned what sounded kind of funny-ish to something pretty serious. I mean, your boss, supervisor, patting you on the butt all the time, and he's claiming he's sleeping with you. You say he's not. Nonetheless, let's move on.
Well,
Go
to
ahead.
give a little bit more background, I've known him since '06. We worked together. And then, you know, just a little bit of his history. In 2008, since I was associated with him, he did get caught selling drugs and did lose that job. And I also had to get drug tested.
In the workplace?
Yes. But we later on worked again then in March of 2011, and it was better, you know, nothing strange going on. And then he came to me September.
Selling drugs or just using drugs?
Well, something
Selling
to where
drugs in the workplace?
I had to get drug tested with association.
Come on, huh? No, that's not true. Some of it's true. She did have to go down and get a drug test, but
selling
I wasn't
drugs in the workplace, chasing women around, patting them on their butt. Dog, man.
But that wasn't what happened, Judge. I was not released for selling drugs on the premises.
Ma'am? Didn't you
Well,
say it was?
Then I could be incorrect on why he left right shortly after that. I just know I had to get drug tested because
what?
Of what he was doing. A group of us, our work, ordered us to go in to be tested.
And they said it's because Tyrone was selling drugs.
We were associated with him at that time.
And that he was selling drugs.
I don't know. I believe
now
that's
it sounds
why he
like
lost
you're
his
lying
job.
on him. What's the loan, ma'am?
To
Let's get
continue
away
on
from
with,
all of this.
and I'm sorry if I
Just
offended
tell me
anyone,
about the
but
loan, ma'am.
In September the 16th of 2011, he asked me to loan him $4,000 to help his business, and we were friends. I loaned him the money with him deciding that he will pay back within 2 months. So that would be November the 16th of 2011, which I have notarized.
Let's see it, please.
Promissory note.
Good.
And then he did pay $600 to me.
Out of 4,000.
Yes. And then it pretty much came to the point, well, here we are. When I would make a good sale, we were salespeople. If I sold a product, he'd kind of good game to the tush and
Really?
kind of made it
He'd touch
funny.
you?
Yeah, but he's very slick talker. So he would make it funny. It would seem okay,
funny
but I
about
probably
being
let it go a
touched.
little too far.
Plaintiff Amy Jacobs worked with the defendant, and she claims they were nothing more than friends. But the defendant insists they were intimately involved.
Sir?
Well, I don't feel like I owe her, Your Honor.
Why?
I mean, because with the relationship that we had, once again, it was one of those friends with benefits.
No,
I mean,
it
you.
wasn't.
Sir, friends with benefits don't sign notes.
Well, Your Honor, it's funny. This is what I find funny. After cut ties of talking with Amy and kicking it with Amy, now all of a sudden I'm being sued.
Sir, I also have statements from people that
Yeah, what kind of communications have you all had?
text messages that, well, one that I've sent
Between
him
the
where he
two of you?
doesn't. Yeah, where he doesn't
Okay.
respond.
Okay, so what happened within that 10 to 12 months that he wasn't paying you?
He would say, "Oh, I'll get you something on Friday." Then I wouldn't hear from him. And then he'd say, "I'm having a hard time right now," and I understand that a lot of people are, but I kept calling
Did the
and
nature of your
asking.
friendship ever change?
Well, we kind of didn't hang out or see each other
Because of
anymore.
this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's why. Because you didn't pay her 2 months later. So, of course, things would change. I'm going to grant you your money, $3,400. And in the future, ma'am, please, if a man, particularly your manager, is patting you on your behind
Say something.
and making sexual comments to you on a regular basis, at least tell him it's unwelcome. You never even told him to
'Cause it
stop.
was welcome.
You never even told him it was
It was
unwelcome.
welcome. She enjoyed it. I mean, every time you sell a deal, you come to me, Ty, I sold a deal, just so you can get that.
There ain't nobody just so you can get that. Get out of here. 3,400.
He may have wanted to do that, but Ty should know that we never had any type of sexual relations, and I don't want our friendship to be null and void because of something silly like a loan.
Well, it's non and void now. What you accusing me of being a drug dealer? That I got terminated on the job for so I don't even want to talk. I mean, it's obvious. Think about it. I mean, she admitted all the way up to the point of smacking, going out. We was drinking, and I mean, come on
In a
now.
group with coworkers.